Morning, everyone. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathy. Good to see you. I'll let some people kind of flow in. I know it's super duper busy time of year, and we are Christmas time, so I don't really think it's going to be a super crowded visit today here, but yes, Carrie, we are starting. Why wouldn't we be starting? So anyway, welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. If you're new here, please say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. And hey, midnight noon, good to see you. And I have been, Percy, here we go with Percy. I don't know what it is about pugs, but they are very needy dogs. So he's just going to have to get used to it for a minute. Nope, get down. So I'm looking to see who's here. Hi, Lori Day, Carrie, and Midnight Noon. Good to see you guys. Angel Hugs, good morning. So I wanted to cover a couple things today. And if you are new here, my biggest case that I follow is the Daybell case. Seems to get the most attention on my channel. YouTube seems to put it out there for people more than any other of the cases. So we will touch on the Daybell case, of course, today for a minute, or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 or whatever it takes. And then I want to talk about the Idaho murders in Moscow, Idaho. And one other thing that I want to start with, but let's see. Hey, okay. Sun Hiker Mutt and Christian Stahlbaum and Carrie. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I know it's a super busy time of year, really, truly. I'm so overwhelmed with everything right now that I just want to quit everything, like literally quit everything. My job, my channel, my kids, my mom, like I literally want to kill it. I'm so over it. I have been, just in case you don't know, I have a travel channel and I really want to get it monetized, but it gets a lot of views, but for some reason, travel channels don't get subscribers like crime channels do, because people, when they're looking for travel, they're looking for like one specific thing, like Santorini only. And I only have one video on Santorini. So why are they going to subscribe to me when they want only Santorini? So if you would be so kind and you are a member here, a subscriber here, it's called Beyond the Empty Nest. So if you have a chance to subscribe over there, I really would like that, because crime channel is really hard to make money on and get monetized. And, it's a sensitive topic, but travel channel, heck yeah. Let me pay my expenses that way, right? Just because the expenses of running a channel costs a little bit, every month. To the StreamYard costs money, everything. So anyway, enough of that. Hello, Juicy Juice. Oh, thank you, Carrie. You are. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's only 109 subscribers. So I'm like, I have 15,000 over here. You people aren't very loyal to me. I guess it's all about the crimes. So anyway, I have so much to do for the holidays, so we're going to keep this to 1 hour today. But I do, yes, Lori, thank you so much for saying that. Oh, one more thing. I canceled all memberships because I want to revamp that. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Last month, I didn't get anything because YouTube kept it all because of the percentage that they keep, right? So I'm trying to figure it out. I was only charging $1.99. It gives you access to Discord, but it's hard to monitor who's in Discord that quit paying or is paying or hasn't paid. So Discord also has a way to get memberships, but I'm having an email issue. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. I do want to start memberships back up here, and I want to be a little bit more dedicated to doing member-only things, member-only lives, member-only stuff, members-only videos out first. So I think I'm going to up the price a little bit. It was $1.99. So if I bring it back, it's probably going to be more like $3.99 a month. And I know everybody has other channels, so it's up to you. If you're already in my Discord channel, please stay. Don't worry about it. That's, you've been there, you've been part of it. If you don't want to rejoin, it's okay. But as far as membership goes, I kind of want to make more members only stuff here on YouTube. Members only, like we were doing our happy hour, but happy hour kind of fizzled out on Friday nights because there's a lot of people that follow the Daybell case that do live streams on happy hour live streams on Fridays now. Hidden and Lori Hellis, and they, they're really all about the Daybell case. So it's hard for me to do a live stream when like, well, 6 people come. So let's see what else I was going to say. Okay. I don't know if you guys know the first case I just wanted to touch on a little bit. Hits very, very close to home. Not sure. Oh, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. And Lori Day. Thank you very much. You guys are sweet. Thank you very much. You guys are my um you guys are my loyals. Extra super duper loyals. Midnight Noon. It is called Beyond the Empty Nest, and you'll see my face on there. It's Beyond the Empty Nest on YouTube. There's another Beyond the Empty Nest Adventures or something, but they haven't put stuff up in like 4 years. So I do appreciate that so much, you guys. Um, and I do appreciate the donations. Thank you, Lori and Carrie, very, 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 very much. Okay, so the case I was going to talk about, it hits very close to home. I don't know if you heard about the principal in Huntington Beach, California, that jumped off the parking structure in at Disneyland. It's been 2 weeks now, 2 Saturdays ago. He was the principal for all four of my kids over several years. My oldest is 9 years older than my youngest. So we spent a lot of time with Chris Christensen. I spent a lot of time in the principal's office because my son, Nick, that I've mentioned many times on this channel, was my little turd of a preteen teen kid. His friends were horrible and he loved his friends, and it was just a nightmare raising that kid. But anyway, so Chris Christensen was the nicest man. I was newly divorced when Michael was 5 years old and going into kindergarten there. Well, Michael didn't go to kindergarten there, but the other kids were still there. And then Michael, when he went to the middle school, Mr. Christensen was the middle school at Fulton where Michael went, and my daughter Ryan went as well. And Nick went. He followed Nick. So it's super sad, you guys. It's horrible. But I wanted to share a little thing for you because I'm like, I don't get it. And the Disneyland thing really bothers me. But his father was a longtime cast member at Disneyland. He also played music at Disneyland, and he played that night. He left his suicide letter on Facebook. It was because of a recent domestic incident between him and his wife. They'd only been married about 3 years, second wife. And she called the police. He got arrested because when you call the police on a domestic violence, something or another, somebody goes to jail. Somebody goes to jail. And, but the more I looked into this, I feel like it's more of a Johnny Depp, Amber Heard type of relationship, which is really terrible. His daughter did do an exclusive interview with the Daily Mail UK, and she has text messages and stuff. So I was going to show you that a little bit. Let's see. Chrome tab. This one. All right. So, his daughter, Brittany, 26, believes that her dad, Chris, turned to suicide as his only way out of a toxic marriage with his wife, Marlena. He's 51 years old, principal currently of Newland Elementary School, which is in the Fountain Valley Unified School District, but it's located in Huntington Beach. He jumped to his death from Disneyland parking December 3rd. He was facing charges of child endangerment after his wife called the police and allegedly falsely accused him of abuse during an altercation. Brittany told Daily Mail it was actually her father's wife, Marlena, who was allegedly abusive, and said he'd been trying to figure out how to leave her. And then, of course, it goes on to if you know anybody that's experiencing suicide thoughts or whatever. I've been on the phone with a lot of people where I've had to keep them on the phone and call welfare check my patients at work because I'm case manager. She said that her father saw suicide, in her opinion, as the only way out of his toxic relationship. He was trying to leave her. This is Chris and his daughter, Brittany. And this is his wife. And he did go to jail for a couple nights, and his job put him on restriction. Like, you can't come to work right now, which I think his identity was really, we met him when he was in his early 30s because he's just a little bit younger than me. So it's just sad. And this is his suicide note. I'm not going to read it. It just tears me up, but he left it on Facebook. And then his fans, if you scroll all the way back on the suicide note, his friends are Um, his friends were scrambling to try to help him, find him, get him help, find him. Where was he? Texting him, calling him. They said his green light went on, it went off, it went on, it went off. So I think what happened is he finished playing at Disney, posted the note, and realized, people are coming to find me, and just jumped. It was obviously a special place to him. It's terrible that it was Disneyland. At least it wasn't right in the Magic Kingdom. And I guess Marlena, the wife, Brittany accused Marlena of being abusive towards her family for 5 years and claimed she even keyed her black Ford pictured a few months ago. So Marlena, the wife, sorry, here's a text message that Brittany shared on March 30th. She said, thank you too. And then on Sunday, April 20, I guess that was a happy birthday. On Sunday, April 24th, Marlena to Brittany, you are a horrible, disgusting excuse for a daughter and sister. Go find your dad, play hero, but it's me he will be missing in the morning. So obviously things have been bad for a long time. But Brittany told, she also claimed Marlena keyed her car. This is what I was going to say, at Brittany's apartment in Costa Mesa. Costa Mesa is just right up the hill. After the argument in which father tried to break up with the wife, Brittany filed a police report on the incident, alleging it caused $6,000 of damage, and shared photos of the scratches with Daily Mail. She said it was unresolved because she didn't admit to anything, but we had footage from her doorbell camera leaving the house in the middle of the night and then coming to my apartment where my dad was staying for the night and taking his car. So when we woke up, my dad's car was gone, parked at Marlena's house, and my car had been keyed on every panel. She said Marlena had shown a consistent pattern of manipulation and inappropriate behavior towards my family for some time now. Although my dad mentions in his post the relationship was great up until 2 weeks ago, the relationship was actually toxic and wearing on both of them. The night my car was keyed, my dad tried to break up with Marlena, and I was sent messages for saying I was a horrible, disgusting excuse for a daughter and a sister. And this is his mom. That's at school. So that's all. I'm going to go into that, but I just wanted to let you know that I knew him personally, and it's just killing us. The whole community is just so sad. I've talked to the other moms. We all raised our kids there. We're very involved. I won PTA Person of the Year. Christian, thank you so much. Thank you. I won PTA Person of the Year when he was principal. Just a nice man. You would never imagine that he was in such a dark place. And nobody's thinking clearly when they commit suicide. They just aren't. So I know it's a horrible place to commit suicide, but it's a horrible thing to commit suicide no matter what. So it's really sad. And I feel like, somebody like Johnny Depp was able to just, he was pretty just down and just, over that whole thing with Amber. Like, he was really depressed and stuff too. Put him in a dark place, but he did not. He took her to court, unfortunately. I think it probably happens a lot more than we think, that men are the victims. So I'm going with that. I knew him. I liked him. My kids adored him. And he was really good to my family and my kids, especially my hoodlum, Nick. Hi, Leighton. So sad for Rock, especially since I am sure he was positive. So many people. Oh, God. And, Fountain Valley is actually a pretty small town. It was the Fountain Valley Unified School District, but it overlaps with Huntington Beach. They're like one and the same, Fountain Valley and Huntington Beach, really. But, 20 plus years there as a principal at 2 middle schools, 3 elementary schools. He came in contact with so many of us parents that raised our kids there and are currently raising their kids there. There's a little video that someone put in the Fountain Valley community chat of their daughter on her birthday, and Mr. C driving up and gives her a gift and then plays his little thing, sings happy birthday to her. And everybody's like, we love you, Mr. C. It's just so sad. How far is that from where I'm at now? Well, my kids are all still there, but because they can live in a more expensive area than I can, apparently. But no, I'm out in the desert now. So it's like a 2-hour drive. Yeah, it's very tragic. It's terrible. So that just really bothered me so much. So then I want to talk about, let's talk about Daybell real quick first, because there's not a whole lot except for the fact that Lori and Chad were in court together for the first time. Hi, Mama D. For the first time, they were in court together since Lori got arrested. Yeah, I think you're right. Hopefully it will, because, when you look at her Facebook, she doesn't have anything about him on there, nothing. And you look at his, he had their engagement when he engaged her, proposed, all recorded and posted on there. So it's just really a bummer. I mean, she's a gorgeous lady, you know, gorgeous and evil. So Daybells were in court together. So there's this little, let me go over East Idaho. I hate to say it, but I'm a little bit disappointed in Nate right now at East Idaho News, because we don't have audio from the hearing. Although Kresha has it, Kresha K, aunt of JJ, she got it. I think the biggie Eric was able to get it. I'm only place I saw it and heard it was on Kresha's channel. I would play it here, but I can't find it from the news. And so if you want to listen to it, Kresha did play it on her live stream. And I don't know who that girl is that reported, because Nate, I guess, was in New York. They're on family vacation. But the girl that reported didn't say anything on her report about how they interacted with each other, if they looked at each other or what. Now, other people said, I guess the rumor committee says they were looking at each other. I hate we don't have cameras. I'm so mad about that. I'm so mad about the no cameras. I don't know how we're going to live through this 10-week trial without cameras. I'm going to be very desperately hopeful that at least we get the audio on an updated basis every day. Okay, so Kresha's channel, I think it's, I don't know, difficult research. But she had that other woman that has a YouTube channel on last night, and I'd play it, but they interrupted a lot. They made a lot of like comments in the background and stuff. So I'm not gonna, I don't know. I don't think Kresha would copyright strike me, and it's clearly not their material. It's a legal document, but I don't want to play it through Kresha's because of all the background comments. And so, yes, so they set a trial date, April 3rd, slated for 10 weeks, April 3rd, 2023, which isn't that far. I got to get Afterglow up to speed. The holidays are killing me right now. I don't have a tree up. I don't have a wreath up. I saw my fall decorations up. I'm so bad. Thank you, Funda Cruz. Thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. Very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, hi, Just Sage. Long time no see you. How are you? So I just want to see if I missed anything. Yes, the trial is April 3rd, like Carrie said. So I don't know. I wish I could go, but I can't go. I have a job. But otherwise, if I didn't have a job, I'd go. But anybody wanted to be an official Left Undone reporter and live for us? Anybody gonna go that wants to be my official ears and eyes? Carrie, Ruby, you can fly on over, right? You have nothing and you're going to pretend it's not Christmas. I know. And you know what? I don't have as much time because we're doing our Christmas on the 17th at my house, because my kids all have in-laws and everything over there. So they're all going to come to my house and my siblings on the 17th, and we're going to do it here. So I'm not ready. I did Amazon shop this morning, though. I was like, Amazon, what can be delivered in the next couple of days? Amazon. I'm the worst. You might go a couple days. Okay, that would be awesome. Then you can report back to us. I know you can't probably go for 10 weeks, but anybody want to like everybody take a week? I might be able to do that. I could take PTO for a week. I think NBC Dateline will be sending some clever and expensive lawyers to challenge the judge's blackout. Wish them luck. Sometimes they would. Probably, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. I mean, this is such a big case. Oh, Starla. I think holidays can't possibly be the same, huh? They're just so bittersweet, I'm sure. Memories. We're sorry. That's sad. And the holidays are the worst time. Worst time. within inches of being done with house repairs from Hurricane Sally over 2 years ago. Then I can have house cleaned and get to normal. It's so hard, right? I thought my life would be pretty simple once my kids were gone, but nope. Although I get myself into too much, right? I got my candles that are sitting there waiting to be made. I got my channels. The travel channel is, I don't travel that much. I travel like once a year, right? So I figure travel channel can just do my trips. That isn't a constant thing. And then this can be my constant thing. Yes, my mom is good. She's better. I mean, she's fine. She's here. She's still here. She's 85 now. She's kind of confused. Yesterday, we were talking about what we're going to make for Christmas, and she kept asking me if I had a pot big enough. And I'm like, yes, I told you I have a pot. And I bring it out and show her. And she's like, well, do you think we could just do half the night before? And I'm like, no, I don't even understand how to have this conversation. She lost her remote, teared a room apart the other day. And she's like, Kathy, knock, knock, knock. Because I was outside with the dogs. And she's like, I can't find my remote. I've torn my room apart. I can't find my remote to my TV. I'm like, there's a little button right here on your thing that says remote beep. So I pushed it, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, where's it coming from? She had a empty Pringles jar that she had been putting like napkins and trash in right next to her recliner. It was in there. Hey, Rita. I'm sorry, Starla. So horrible. Horrible, horrible. I am so curious what those two, Lori and Chad, will do when they be together in the same port. And they were. And that girl from East Idaho News didn't tell us anything. Like, we want to know. Why do you think we zoomed in on her stupid rubber band ring and stuff? We want to know what the heck's going on between those two yo-yos. So let's look at this real quick. So East Idaho News, Daybell appearance. Okay, hold on. I got to StreamYard. Let's present, share, Chrome tab. Daybell's like, okay, here we go. So Daybell's appear in court together for the first time. So let's watch this. Let me know if there's no sound. I didn't look to see if it was clicked.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics has one simple mission: to create a world of healthy, happy princes and princesses. Come visit this magical place for yourself.
You guys have sound?
Be sure to achieve the perfect fairy tale ending at Idaho Falls Pediatrics.
Let me know if you don't have sound. I have no sound, but I think you guys have sound. There comes her curly curls. All right, let me pause that. So that was Lori coming on out. It says, after being found competent for trial, Lori Vallow Daybell was back in court Thursday together for the first time with her husband, Chad Daybell, to discuss the multiple motions, including setting a new trial date. They heard arguments from both sides. Lori wore a gray blouse and a black dress, pants with heels, hair perfectly curled, and she smiled while walking into the courtroom. Chad appeared after his wife. He wore a white button-up shirt and gray slacks. He looked emotionless and stared blankly ahead throughout the hearing. Neither of the Daybells so much as glanced in each. Okay, there it is. Neither of the Daybells so much as glanced in each other's direction, even as Chad left the courtroom after the trial was set. He's turning on her then. See, now rumors said they did, but this says they didn't. And these guys were there. John Pryor, Chad's lawyer, told the court that he received a thumb drive that morning with more than 115 items of discovery on it from Madison prosecuting attorney Rob Wood. Pryor said the trial date needed to be no earlier than October of 2023. This isn't making any noise, right? Okay. They went back and forth and settled, or Judge Weiss settled on April 3rd. Jim Archibald argued there was a witness that came out that's up like a real estate agent. I wasn't completely sure. If you listen to Kresha, they have the audio and they talk about him. He came on the stand. I'm still not sure who he was or why. And here it is. Brandon Hobbs to the stand, an investigator from Arizona who met with Pastinas. He testified that Pastinas told him she had met with the prosecution, something that hadn't been disclosed to the court previously. Based on the argument, Boyce granted the motion to compel, stating that further compliance is necessary from the state. The last motion heard was the motion for a bill of particulars, a very technical proceeding, arguing that the court must issue a written document which explains the allegations against Daybell and Vallow in more detail. Boyce ruled to take the motion under advisement and will release a written ruling in the coming weeks. So the other thing that was mentioned when that dude came up, what did I just say his name was? Brandon, whatever, Hobbs. Anyway, when he came up, hold on. So when he came up, they brought up that Melanie Pulowski, Melanie Gibb, and Zalema are all witnesses for the prosecution. So look at that. Melanie P. must have made a deal. Remember when that charges came up in Arizona about the computer tampering with Brandon's computer, and all of a sudden it was just dropped? I would bet money there was some deal for her to just come forward and be a witness for the prosecution in this. What do you guys think? What do you think about that? This is so weird. I feel like I'm like way down here, the way my camera is. So, hi, Veronica. Hello. Yeah, I changed the red tie. I'm looking back at your comments now. Hi, Mark McGarry. Oh, yeah, the white car link. So that's the next thing we're going to get into now is the Moscow. I know everybody's following it, and it's really a mystery, right? The Moscow. So let me go on the timeline for that. Here we go. So, University of Idaho murders timeline. They don't have any suspects. Warned the small town of 25,000 to be vigilant. Ethan Chapman was 20. Madison Mogan was 21. The girls were all, Zena was 20. And Kaylee was 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So they were 20 and 21 years old, all of them. God, it's so crazy. Like living in a house like that with a lot of people coming and going, you would never. I would have felt like nothing could have happened. I would have had a total false sense of security at 20 years old in a house like that. I totally would. And then those 2 other students that we don't know who they are. Nobody told us. This was on November 12th. This is the final Instagram post from Gonzalez. She posted a cheerful picture on Instagram posing with 4 friends and smiling broadly, which appeared to be taken on the porch of the house. One lucky girl to be surrounded by these people every day, she captioned the photo. They were just beautiful kids, all 4 of them. Mogan and I want to say Gonzalez, but it's Goncalves. I'm so bad at worst pronunciator on the planet. You should hear when I call my patients. I'm like, how do you say your name? Like, is so-and-so there? And she's like, this is whatever, totally different than what I said. I'm like, oh, sorry. Then I'm like writing it, sounding it out so I don't do it again, but I sometimes do it again. So Sunday, November 13th, 2 victims seen in Twitch photo. They were captured on video at 1:41 a.m. near a food truck in a clip posted to Twitch. So this is that, huh?
Between light and darkness.
Okay.
Magic was born.
Everybody has to have ads, huh?
Have a good night. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I think I would like the carbonara.
Okay.
But if I have like a free grub cook on my app.
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is we'll actually do this.
So this is the inside of. Oh, this is the food truck. Okay.
How many more do you need?
And this is outside.
That's the second one? Awesome.
And this is the inside too, right? Because he's cooking.
It's right here.
And then what was the mac?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
carbonara.
The carbonara mac of the week.
Here, I'll grab it for you.
Excellent. And then click see rewards.
Enjoy.
And it looks like you've not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
And then you
$10.
said-
Perfect. Thank you.
I do have a big burrito pork here for you.
Cool. Thank you.
$4.78. Thank you very much. Where'd the pen go, guys? Where's my pen? How are you guys doing? How are you? I'm doing fantastic. I seem to have lost my pen, but that's fine. What can I get for you?
Can I get
Just 2 John's Ross?
Definitely. I get
Thank you.
So I'm looking at your comments while this is playing. Totally.
It's one, but they're like 6 to 7 ounce tacos. They're not like small little street
No longer
tacos.
report,
I
but
normally
cell
get
tower
3
dump
of
as
them.
evidence likely to inquire.
So one
Yeah, I bet you there's it's a lot of people are criticizing the police department there.
almost-
I guess I heard on one of the podcasts that
2 pork tacos.
people, the cops all just rolled up right into the area, lots and lots of police cars, so they could have messed up some of the evidence. But they thought they were coming to a person passed out. Who did they think was passed out?
79.
Could it have been somebody else? That whole thing just kind of very strange. Oh, my tank top. It's not that warm here. I just get hot. I have the lights and stuff on, but it's like in the 60s. I mean, it's tank top enough. I have a sweater right here though, Veronica.
Oh, you're so good.
But yeah, I mean, I go outside barefoot, so I can't really say.
I'm doing well.
Veronica. There's a case like this in Canada called the Brentwood Five. A friend murdered all the friends in the house. Think he's out of jail? How could he get out of jail after murdering a bunch of people? Hey, Gayla, how are you? So let me go back here. Hold on. Where am I stuck? Oh. So, okay. So the couple, Chapin and I wish it was their first name. So Zena and her boyfriend returned home about 1:45 a.m. And then the girls, Kaylee, arrived at the house at 1:57 after taking I thought it was an Uber. Okay, a sorority designated driving service, according to police and family. The 2 female roommates who survived the attack returned home from their night out before the 4 friends around 1 a.m. They were stabbed to death with a fixed blade knife between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. on the 2nd and 3rd floors of the home. They haven't found the murder weapon. There's Madison and Kaylee. I think they were friends like their whole lives, right? Since they were little. The surviving roommates summoned friends to the house because they believe one of the 2nd floor victims had passed out. Call to 911 was placed from one of the surviving roommates at 11:58 a.m. Well, they probably all slept in till about 11:30, and they were like, "Where is everybody?" At 2 p.m. Sunday, the university sent out a vandal alert notifying students of the homicide and telling them to shelter in place because they didn't know what they had in their hands, I guess. They still don't know what they have in their hands. They lifted the order an hour later, with police later calling the quadruple homicide an isolated, targeted attack posing no imminent threats to the community at large, which is probably one thing that pissed off the community later on, finding out that this is just some weird, crazy dude like Freddy Krueger in the middle of the night coming and killing 4 people in a house. Mayor Art told news outlet that the slayings were a crime of passion before backtracking in a statement to Fox. Yeah, see, they came out with all this stuff, crime of passion, when they didn't know. Why did they say that? Now they won't want to say anything that's pertinent, but they said all kinds of stuff that didn't make sense initially. The two girls were sleeping in the same bed when they were stabbed. Yeah, because Kaylee was moving out. I think her room, she had already moved out of her room. So I think she was only there. That was like her last hurrah. And then she was leaving. She had gotten a job and she was graduating. So that's probably why they were in the same room, because her room was right across. They had two separate rooms, but she was in that room. So she probably stayed the night because she had already moved all her stuff, from what I'm understanding. Okay, let me go back here. They had a lot of parties at this house. Oh, no, go away. Tuesday, backlash from the community. Moscow residents and students and victims' families started to complain about the limited and contradictory information being released by public officials. The father of Chapin, Jim Chapin, told Fox News Digital in a statement that the family was frustrated by the lack of information from the police. He's a triplet, I heard. Is he a triplet or a twin? I've heard both. The silence further compounds our family's agony after our son's murder, the statement says. For Ethan and his 3 dear friends slain in Moscow, Idaho, and all our families, I urge officials to speak the truth, share what they know, find the assailant, and protect the greater community. On the 16th of November, new details emerged at a press conference Wednesday. That day, Moscow Police Chief James Fry revealed to reporters for the first time that there were 2 female roommates in the home during the horrific attack, and they were unharmed. He did not identify the 911 caller or offer an explanation for the call coming in more than 8 hours after the slayings. There were no signs of forced entry. He walked back earlier assertions that the crime posed no ongoing danger to the community. We do not have a suspect at this time, and that all individuals is still other there. He said, we cannot say there is no threat to the community. As we have stated, please stay vigilant. So now they're like, okay, there might be a crazy axe murderer, knife murderer. I think that's what really bothers the families and stuff, is all that. But I mean, things were probably coming at them, but it's hard. I mean, I don't envy them for their job. All the students' deaths were officially ruled homicide in a press release. The cause and manner of death by stabbing. Victims were likely ambushed in their sleep with a really large knife and described the attack as personal in an interview with News Nation. Each of the victims had multiple stab wounds to their torsos. Friday, the police ruled out the roommates as potential suspects. So here's the grub truck. Here's the corner club. Here's the residence. They released an aerial map plotting the final moments of the victims from the evening of November 12th. Sunday, November 19th, police ruled out more people tied to the case. I remember I did see that press conference. They're like, we ruled out this person, we ruled out the driver, we ruled out that, we ruled out this. November 21st, police dismissed potential connection between skin dog and murders. Okay, so an Australian shepherd found skinned and filleted 3 weeks before the killings wasn't related to the homicide, police say. How do they know? And then they talked about the stalker, because people said that Kaylee had a stalker. Had not been able to verify identity of a stalker. So I'm just going down the timeline here. Let me see what you guys have to say, because I'm triplet. Okay. Oh, 2 boys and a girl. Case is sort of like O.J. Simpson. Yeah, kind of, right? In a way, because that was like a middle of the night massacre, blood everywhere. But then once OJ was driving they go right past us, the freeway past my house. In the white Bronco on the 405 freeway. Made him look a little guilty. Okay. go back here. I just wanted to catch up with your chat because I don't have a double screen right now, so I'm back and forth. A 1999 double stabbing near Pullman, Washington, and the 2021 double stabbing in Salem, Oregon do not appear to be connected to this. Snow. They both, okay, so then they did take those vehicles. They towed them out. The tow truck taking the vehicles out. Police enlist a local business to tow 5 vehicles from the King Road home. Now I'm getting cold. All 5 of the vehicles are moved to the city of Moscow maintenance shop. Moscow, where police can access them if needed. Officials later said that all the vehicles that were towed from the home were previously searched and all are still part of the crime scene investigation. Then there's a candlelight vigil on November 30th. Questions about the victims being targeted. Vigils were held across Idaho and Washington State. The University of Idaho hosts a Vandal family candlelight vigil. Hundreds gathered to hear speeches from the school officials and the grieving families of 3 or 4 victims. During his remarks, Stephen Goncalves, I think I got it. Kaylee's father reveals Kaylee and Mogan, what is her name? Mogan were sleeping in the same bed. Everybody just needs to go back to like Tim, Jim, Nick, Jeff, Sally, Susie, Kathy. I have the worst time because that's it. My patients are all in this age group and they all have their names spelled different pronunciations and I can't pronounce anybody's name when I call them. Meanwhile, police and law enforcement and a local law enforcement official spurred confusion, and I did it too. I spelled my daughter's name a really weird way. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. When there was an apparent lack of consistency surrounding if and how the attack was targeted. A spokesperson for the Idaho State Police ultimately told Fox News, our clarification last night directly assessed comments made by Latte County Prosecutor Tomlinson, who said the suspect specifically looked at this residence and that one or more of the occupants were undoubtedly targeted. We remain consistent in our belief that this was indeed a targeted attack, but have not concluded if the target was the residents or the occupants. Kaylee's parents say during a series of weekend interviews that they are frustrated with certain aspects of the police investigation. Christy Gonzalez, Kaylee's mother, told News Nation in an interview that she felt police were ruling out possible suspects very fast. I think so too. They ruled out so many people really fast. I just think there have been a couple of individuals that were cleared very fast that maybe should not have been. She doesn't know anything about those individuals, but she thinks police may have cleared them too soon. Kaylee's father told Lawrence Jones Cross Country the means of death for his daughter and Mogan, who were asleep in the same bed, don't match. Their points of damage don't match, he continued. I'm just going to say it. It wasn't leaked to me. I earned that. I paid for that funeral. I sent my daughter to college. She came back in a box, and I can speak on that. So he was able to see her in her wounds, I guess. Is that what he's saying there? He was able to see the wounds. Unsolved, also 2 female victims found Kendrick grade. What? Okay, wait, hold on. In-depth unsolved area includes Joyce LePage. Washington State University. Huh. PLM, has anything more been said about the one, Kaylee, okay, Kaylee, last name Gonzalez, whatever, who they think was maybe the target? Her parents were hiring a private investigator. Yeah, no, I haven't heard much more about that because that's, okay, what, Mark, dog finding did not link additional mutilation, rabbit ears severed. Ooh. How? And the autopsy. Okay. But he was able to have that info. Look back here. The suspects allege entry and exit point through a sliding glass door or window on the second floor of the home, which meets a hill on the ground level in the backyard, are available without having to go upstairs or downstairs. So the sliding glass doors on the second floor. So it's like a split level, right? You come in on the second, you can go down to the first or up to the third. That's what I'm understanding. I'm not a professional, so I want to specify that. But they said the entry point was the slider or window. It was the middle floor. So to me, he doesn't have to go upstairs. His entry and exit are available without having to go upstairs or downstairs. Looks like he probably may have not gone downstairs. That's what I'm picturing now. Like I'm thinking initially, I was thinking the first floor was where you came in, and then you went to second and third. But it sounds like you come in on the second, you could go down to the first or up to the third. So it sounds like he just went, whoever this crazy murderer is, just took out the people on the second floor, went upstairs, or got him on the way down. I don't know, but it makes sense now that he didn't go downstairs. He probably had to get out of there. We don't know that for sure, but he obviously went upstairs. So I'm using logic that he chose to go up there when he didn't have to. Then they were looking for this vehicle, this Hyundai. Police revealed that they have received tips and lead about a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra spotted near the crime scene in the early morning hours of November 13th. They are seeking to speak with the person or persons who were inside the vehicle and ask the public for information about the vehicle. And Moscow Police Chief James Fry and department personnel collect and remove some of the victims' belongings. All right. And then there was this one that I wanted to share that I thought was interesting. Maybe people would stop popping up. Okay, hold on. Let me come back. Let's take this down. Wanted to watch this. Lewiston Tribune. Mark has a lot of info here. Lewiston Tribune commentary. We are cleaning up our coat giveaway. Carrie, you're always multitasking or not here. No worries. Busy. It's a crazy busy time of year. Okay. This is the one I was going to play. Let me find it again, because I thought this one was new. It's with Ashley Banfield, and I need to find it over here too so I can watch it with you, because I'll have to mute myself because for whatever reason, my audio isn't playing through when you can hear it, but my audio isn't playing through my earbuds on here. I don't know. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay. It's this one. All right. I'm going to play this. Wait, hold on. I got to mute myself because I want to hear mine on my other one because I can't hear it with you.
Spoke to two people, each who live in the apartment building right next to the house where the students were killed. And both said that the street was unusually quiet that night, especially for a Saturday night on a block often teeming with parties and college kids. One neighbor said that she normally sleeps with earplugs, but that night said she didn't need to. And she also said when police came to her door the next day, she simply told them she hadn't heard anything that had alarmed her during the night. Another neighbor described the quiet as bizarre. He also told the newspaper he thinks he may have heard a scream as he was dozing off about 4 a.m. And that is the same time police say the murders likely occurred. The neighbor said he dismissed that scream as a party sound and said he didn't think anything of it, even when investigators knocked on his door the next day. He also says he told police about a black luxury SUV that he hadn't seen in the neighborhood before. He said it was only parked a few spaces away from the front of the crime scene. But late today, police told this program exclusively, and I quote, "We have not heard anything about an SUV. However, if there is something we need the public's assistance with, we'll release it like we did."
So this is interesting, and this is why I'm playing this, because this guy now is saying that he heard a scream that night, but he also posted in the Facebook group that he didn't hear a scream. So she points this out. I'll mute myself again and play.
Did for the Hyundai. That neighbor wrote about the crime on Facebook about 12 hours after police found the bodies. And very curiously, he contradicted himself. Let me tell you what he wrote, presumably when his memory was still very fresh, just 12 hours after the murders. Quote, 4 killed in a stabbing across the street. No screams, no evidence, no trace. It is unclear why he is now telling the Idaho Statesman newspaper reporter that he did hear a scream, right, when he was going to sleep at 4 a.m., and that he didn't even mention that to the police. Perhaps now the police will re-interview him about what he says he heard and what he says he saw. And then there is this story of what another neighbor saw. Reports that that neighbor told the police that she saw the front door of the kids' home wide open about 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the murders. And if that detail was known to the police as well, it sure didn't seem to make its way to this guy, the chief of the police, James Fry, because when asked about it yesterday by the Daily Mail newspaper,
So really weird, right? You think he's making it up to get, in order not to get copyright strikes, you have to commentary while you're playing things, because you can't use it in their full version, if that makes any sense. So that's why I'm going to comment, but I want to comment anyways. Interesting, right? Like, did he hear a scream? Did he not hear a scream? Is he trying to get attention? How come he said initially he didn't hear a scream and now he's saying that's just what, I mean, I understand that, you start remembering things later, but to come right out and say no screams at all and then be like, oh, I heard a scream. Very strange. Okay, I will continue.
Chief Fry said this was news to him. He said this, and I quote the paper, "I'm not even sure where that came from, to be quite honest. I'm confused. I don't know about you, but I want to bring in Caitlin Becker because she is a senior reporter for the dailymail.com, and that's the newspaper that got that interview." So, Caitlin, I am not quite clear on how the chief of police couldn't have heard anything and seemed surprised by your newspapers even asking the question about the open door. Because if there's one detail that would stand out among many, it would be that the front door of the house where the murders happened was wide open just 4 hours or so after those kids were killed, and multiple hours before anybody would wake up.
Ashley, the neighbor told us that it was 8:30 in the morning and the door was wide open. It stood out to me. It stands out to you. It is very curious that the police don't seem to have any information about this. I don't know if that's because maybe some people are hesitant to talk to the police versus talking to a reporter, but the question remains, now that we've reported it and it's out there, the police still don't seem to have commented on the fact that the door was wide open that very morning.
And they've had multiple officers for 26 days. Just this scene last night, 5 more agents going in and out of that house. These were very unusual looking agents, though. They didn't have any evidence bags. They went in, they went out, didn't take any notes as they were walking through the house. We could see that through the window. They certainly appeared to be FBI, maybe on a go-see to get familiarized for the first time, because they've added new FBI agents to this case, but they wouldn't answer our questions either as they walked by and kind of hid their faces, which was unusual as well. But I digress. I want to ask more about those local cops and the chief himself. We have been begging to get the police in an interview so that we could ask some of these questions for clarity, not even to give us, I'd like information about the case, but just to get clarity on their messaging. And they refused. They've just flat out refused to do any interviewing with me particularly, and many of our reporters and producers.
My love, are you ready?
Hi, my love. Yes, I'm ready.
Good morning, Sue. Don't make breakfast today. We'll be out all day with my parents. You know what? Take the day off if you will.
Okay, thank you a lot, miss.
It's nothing beautiful. Are we leaving, sweetheart?
Of course, my love. Let's go. We'll finish later what we just started, princess.
Okay, I was behind a little bit, so I was finishing watching. Yeah, it's just weird. Very strange. I think that, do you guys think that they're going to find the killer soon? Do you think it could be a serial killer? Do you think it was just somebody that was just mad at these girls, or stalker? Like, what do you think? It's just such a mystery. But they said a lot of parents did not let their kids go back to school after this. They kept them home and they're doing online. So it's just bizarre, very strange. Okay. So those are the things I wanted to talk about today. And do you guys like my Saturday? Well, you're here. It's kind of a stupid question. The people that are here, do you like I'm really, initially when I was doing it, we were talking for like 2-3 hours. My friends are like, your lives are too long. So I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to keep them at an hour, because I think I'd be more willing to do them more often if I could be more diligent about keeping them 1 hour long. So I go back and forth on this whole thing with this channel, but I think I'm going to lean right now towards more live streams and less videos, because the videos take up a lot of time, and the live streams, we can just talk about things together. So I think that's where I'm going right now with the channel. I know people, hi, Marilyn Landis. I know people like my videos, and I will do them when I can. I feel a lot of pressure, like I shouldn't just do lives. I should do more videos, and it's all in my head. It's not you guys. It's like me. It's me overthinking this whole thing. So I'll probably stick to some more lives, weekend lives. I'd like to do a weeknight live, but I don't know what night of the week works, because I don't know what other people have. I'm here most of the time during the week. I work, so I can do something after work, after I feed the dogs. The dogs are crazy from about 4:45 to 5:30, because they know it's getting close to dinner time. I feed them at 5:30, and then they go out. So I could probably do something around 6 Pacific time, but then that's people's dinner hour. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Pacific time is my time. So you like the live streams? Okay. So in order not to throw in the towel here, because that's what my brain goes to for some reason, I don't know, I will try to do as many Saturdays as possible live stream, and then I want to pick a night of the week. You love the lives too? Okay. See, you guys like the lives. Okay. I feel like I'm sitting here talking. I know I'm talking to you, but I don't know. I feel like I stumble and then I mispronounce things and all that stuff. And like, I'm all over the map. But if you like them, then we'll go with that. Okay, let's see what Lori said here. She said, I don't think serial killer, maybe it's wishful thinking. I'm thinking it was personal, one of them. That would probably be best case scenario for the greater public, right? Lives are better. Chat with us. Okay, love lives. All right. You guys like the lives. I'll be on it. We'll just do more lives. And they're going to be like this, where we're learning about the cases together, because that's the other problem. When I do the videos, I go into all the research and try to find every possible freaking detail. And then I spend all this time researching. So we'll just kind of have something prepared, and we'll kind of learn about cases together. right? Oh, okay, wait. Matthew D. Grood was deemed mentally unfit, schizophrenic, or something like that. Oh, is that the one from Veronica's case that she's talking about? You can't get on Discord with your new phone. Discord does take up a lot of memory and stuff. But Veronica, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but what I started to say in the beginning is I'm going to bring back memberships. And I probably going to raise the price a little bit from $199. But what I want to do with them is be committed to doing more members only stuff, more members only lives and stuff like that with them. So, Discord is Discord, but I want to give you something more than Discord, if that makes sense. But it won't be too much more. Just like the freaking cost of living. Have you bought groceries lately? Oh my God. You missed the Saturday lives. Yep, Marilyn Landis. Who wants to go? Somebody go. And report to us on a daily basis. Come on. You can stand right here and live stream right with us and let us know how it went. So I think you missed the Saturday. Okay. All right. So that's it. You guys ask. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that, Lori. Yeah, it does. I mean, I just really want to just be able to cover my expenses for the channel. If you understand that, it's just, it costs a lot. And then go get my other channel monetized, my travel channel. I need 1,000 subs, and that means I need, like 899 more. Yes. Yeah. That's one thing that's nice about the lives is you can listen. You don't have to actually be in the chat all the time. So anything else before we wind up? Anybody have any suggestions, any new cases, anything that we want to talk about? Obviously, Chad and Lori Daybell, Afterglow, Unveiling the Idaho Cult, the Chad and Lori Daybell case podcast. I am going to try to get them. People voted that they want me to put them on here. I got some people that were like, it's not your good work. It's just because it's just audio. It's just listening, right? It's not video. But I have 2 seasons. There are 13 episodes in season 1. We're up to 5 episodes in season 2. And it's just the Daybell case, as deep as I can possibly get with it. And I try to drop one of those every week. They are easier to edit, but they still take time. But they're on the podcast platform. But I'm going to try to bring them over here. If you're listening to, if you know anything, if you want to know more about the Daybell case, people that have been here following it from the beginning say they learn something new every time they listen to the podcast. So a lot of research going in that one. Yeah, Idaho has a lot going on. A lot. Like this video, get it much attention. Thank you. All right, guys. So that's it. Happy Saturday. Merry Christmas. But next Saturday, my family's going to be here. So I cannot do a live next Saturday. Next Saturday, right? Next Saturday is, next Saturday. So my kids are coming on Friday. And they're going to be here all day Saturday, my siblings, everybody. So after next Saturday, Christmas is on a Saturday too, isn't it? Christmas. I don't have a calendar by me, and my phone is being used as a camera. But we'll figure it out for sure. Once the first of the year rolls around, I'll get on my live streams better. I'll be better at it. And I'll start the memberships up, and we'll revamp the things we need to make everything better for you. All right, I'm going. Have a great Saturday. Merry Christmas. I will see you soon. And then I got to figure out a weeknight. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for everybody that donated. Thank you for thumbs up, like. Totally like. Just hit the like. Yeah, Christmas Eve. So we're going to have to, and then it'll be New Year's Eve. Oh, God. All right. Well, that's a problem. But we can do it if people are available. I can come on. But next Saturday for sure can't come on. Thank you, Carrie. I don't mind donating. I just don't like the ones that say I need help paying my bills and ask for. Oh, no. I will never do that. I don't care. $1, whatever. I just to pay for my subscriptions to my software and that's all I want. I just want to pay for the expenses of it. And no one has to donate ever. You're all welcome here without that. Some of us can afford it. Some of us can't, All right, guys. Merry Christmas. I will talk to you soon, and we will get next year, 2023, we'll get going really well with the Saturday live streams again. Okay? Unless I'm out of town or something going on in my company. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Moonlight View. Thank you guys all. Have a great one. Bye.